Thank you all for coming on back to the Flicketty Review Cast, episode 19.
19.
I'm Aaron Forsyth. This is...
I'm Mike Anderson.
That's him. That's the guy.
We're here to chat about movies, either new stuff, because
we like to slip through the cracks theory, but every now and then we got to get a new newbie on the deck, or at least something you go, I put this in my save file on Netflix, because I'm sure you guys out there do this like we do. We got about 30 things in your, I'll put it in the watch list, but you never get to it. This is a good candidate of, it's probably on your watch list, but you haven't got around to it.
Yeah, this has been on my watch list for at least a year.
Yeah.
Almost. Somewhere around that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the movie this week that we're looking at is The Substance.
The Substance.
With Demi Moore.
And who's the young girl in there? She's familiar.
Qualley. Margaret Qualley.
Yeah, yeah.
So Margaret Qualley came up...
How do we know her? She was in something.
A few weeks ago. She's in a movie with Aubrey Plaza.
Ooh.
Called, it's like Companion or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know that one, but I'm a fan of her.
It looks real interesting.
Yeah.
I actually want to watch that. I want to watch that movie. Once again, it's one of those movies that's on the list, but I haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah. So The Substance was a big hubbub. It was actually a good resurgence for Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Who, I will give her props in this one. She is a great actress in this one. Not a lot of dialogue from her. I think she spoke probably 10 words the whole movie. But she does everything facially and kind of is just kind of... Now, she's it's
a lot of physicality.
Yes. Aging actress who, at the tail end of her career, picks up a job as doing workout videos.
Yeah, she was apparently a big actress, and then she's been doing like exercise videos, which
kind of like a Suzanne Summers kind of concept.
That's what my girlfriend said.
Yeah,
I was like kind of like a Jane Fonda.
Okay, but more modern. So I would think, but okay.
Because Jane Fonda was a movie star, and then she had the whole fitness thing. What was it called? The Jane Fonda workout thing.
Yeah, the Jane Fonda workout.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Suzanne Summers had the Thigh Master and all that shit.
Thigh Master, yeah.
So something similar to that. She's doing infomercials, big hit. Here comes in Quaid. Dennis Quaid plays the schmarmy TV exec.
Right.
Who's insufferably annoying.
Super annoying. And
he does it very good. It's almost comedic.
It
like
is.
when he's eating the lobsters and going... Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that where it is comedic. It's over the top. It's a lot of it.
But I think they're just pointing out the over the top. See, I think they're setting us up for over the top. But the over, like him eating the lobsters, and then as he's talking, their clothes zooming in on his lips.
Even the camera angles.
Yeah,
it's like the first real scene that you have dealing with them. It's like a shot of a bathroom, right?
Yeah,
and it's like Demi Moore goes to the bathroom after filming her show, and the women's room is closed. So she's like, well, no one's around. I'll just pop into the men's room right here. So she goes into the men's room. She's in the stall, right? And so you're on this long shot of the bathroom. And then Dennis Quaid comes in, talking on the phone. And he's like, rah, 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 rah. And he's talking about Demi Moore and how she's too old and they need to get a younger actress, right?
Yeah.
And the whole time he's talking, he gets closer and closer to the camera. And it's almost like the camera is like a GoPro mounted on the wall.
Yeah, or on the mirror. Like you're in the mirror.
Because he walks right up to it and he's filling your face and he's having this conversation.
Yeah, and it's almost like he's looking at his chin and stuff like that. Like you're in the mirror.
No, he's taking a piss.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it?
Yeah, I watch with the captions on because of the way they mix Marvel movies. And so it says sound of urinating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's taking a piss. So it's like the camera's like right above the urinal. So that's the introduction to him. And he's talking shit about her. He's taking a piss. Yeah. He's wearing like a crazy loud suit.
Yeah, and then there's little things where...
But you're right, the shrimp eating scene is like, ugh.
But there's also things too, like the hallway from out of the studio to get to the bathroom is like a football field long, and it's like, and there's no pictures on the wall. And then all of a sudden her picture's on the wall on the one side,
Yeah.
And you go, boy, that's kind of weird. Like there's almost weird little things that start happening that you go, it's almost like dream sequencey and kind of strange, almost like harkens back to like an old I hate to say like Tales from the Crypt or a Hitchcock or something like that.
To me, there was visually in a lot of these sort of shots and the way that they were sort of set up and shown, it felt sort of experimentally. It felt sort of like film schooly. It felt
I felt like they're paying homage to something that I haven't seen, but it felt homage-y to me.
It didn't feel like homage to me. It just felt like they were trying to make deliberate choices for getting it to look as amazing as they can. Like trying to with cinematography and lighting and the angle and all these sort of things. It was like there were a lot of deliberate, interesting shots. Like it was sort of well put together. But you sort of notice the frequency of them, and it's like every time they show something. It's like another thing that I noticed that the girlfriend didn't notice was the use of old cars in this movie. It's very deliberate.
Yeah.
Even like one of the first scenes she gets into like a traffic accident or whatever. It's like
she's driving like an old Tercel, and she's like a millionaire.
But then after she gets hit, that shot just on the street over here, 68 Camaro and a 76 Stingray. It's like,
why? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and there were little things like that made me look it up. And it turns out what it is like, she's like an actress or whatever. She's doing the TV show in L.A., right?
Right.
It's not L.A.
No.
No, the whole thing was shot in France. How about that?
Well, that explains why it was a big hit at the Cannes Film Festival.
Good point. Hometown favorite.
Yeah. But okay, so in her aging, dying down career, or what she perceives as that.
And the character's name I hated. Elizabeth Sparkle.
Yeah, the name, Elizabeth Sparkle, was kind of dumb.
It's a terrible name. Come on.
Yeah, so she sees this thing called the substance. And basically they propose this thing where if you inject it, they show like an egg, and the egg splits off and turns into another egg. So you're making an absolute duplicate, a younger duplicate of yourself.
Yeah.
Now, the premise of it is you have to keep your other self alive on a 7-day stretch while you're
So it's a 7-day
asleep.
turnaround.
Yeah, it's awake for 7 days and you're asleep for 7 days, and then boom.
Yeah.
You swap consciousness, and you have the serum that you got to do every day to keep it stabilized.
There's a whole sequence of serums and feeding
And it gets a
tubes
little
and-
gross. There's a lot of, like, she grows out of her spine. She's sewing up a spine and everything. It's excessively kind of gross.
Yeah, it's deliberately uncomfortably gross.
Yeah, so if you're not cool with, like, bleeding and stuff like that, ugh. But then once we get into the younger version of her, played by, what's her name?
Margaret Qualley.
Margaret Qualley, and she becomes the younger workout girl who gets the big TV thing, and she becomes world-renowned popular.
Well, because it's like Demi Moore character's birthday, and that's when Dennis Quaid like tells her that that she's out or something like that. And then next thing you know, she's at home, and she sees an ad in the paper that they're looking for a replacement for her.
Yeah.
18 to 30, right? So then when she gets the substance and she turns into Margaret Qualley, first thing Margaret Qualley does is go to the audition.
Yeah. And gets the part.
Gets the part. She nails it. He's like, Dennis Quaid's like, you're so fresh and new looking, And
Yeah.
it's like, well, yeah, she was literally born yesterday.
Yeah. And Margaret Qualley's really good looking, and she's very fit, and it goes through this whole thing. But as she gets addicted to her newfound fame, so she wants to stay awake past the 7 days.
Past the 7 days.
And that's where the problem goes. She pulls spinal fluid from her and da-da-da, and so she starts breaking the rules of the 7-day flop. And that's where it happens. So she's sucking the life force out of her host.
So the way that they do this is they get the kit, they go and pick up the kit, and in the kit it's got this activator, then it's got the
7-day stabilizer, isn't it?
So the stabilizer is sucking juice from someone's spine. It's like a spinal tap.
Yeah.
And then they inject it into their own thigh, right? It's like a little injector or whatever. So it's like You do the activator once, and then you got to do the thing like every day, once a day.
Once a day, yeah. You got 7 vials per period. But but the young girl, Margaret, her name's Sue in this. Sue wants more.
No last name.
Yeah.
Just Sue.
Yeah, and Sue wants more. So Sue starts breaking the rules and going and taking extra and trying to stay awake longer.
So every time the spinal fluid gets taken, it takes a huge toll on Demi Moore's body. It's like literally taking off 5 years.
Yeah, and the first time she wakes up from that, the 8th day or something like that, her pinky finger's like all rotted.
No, those are her index finger.
Or her index finger, yeah, it's all rotted and gross. And she's like, what's this?
It's just like aged and like giant, like arthritic. And
So this keeps going. I don't want to blow too much of the story here, but
that's sort of the whole sort of setup. So it goes from there, whatever.
Yeah. Mayhem ensued. Now, this has a 2-minute or 2 hour and 13-minute runtime. This is not for the faint of heart, guys.
You hate 2-hour movies.
I do. This one, you kind of.
What's your ideal movie like? 147?
Well, it depends the premise. But this one didn't have a lot of moving parts. This was just this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens. So it didn't need to be. Now, I like a 2-hour movie. If you're talking Lord of the Rings, you got a lot of moving parts and a lot of characters. But when you're dealing with 2 characters, we're in this world, and it's getting a little hypnotic and weird because the days are getting longer and the weeks are going by, and they're flip-flopping parts.
Yeah.
And it's starting to get weirder and weirder and weirder.
All right, I'm going to call spoiler alert at this point for the next thing I'm going to say.
Okay, spoiler alert. Stop it if you don't care
if you haven't seen The Substance yet and you don't want things spoiled for you, stop listening now.
Keep going.
Next time Aaron does that thing with his hands that he had just done, then we'll be spoiler free safe then. Okay, ready? Okay. Spoiler alert. Here it goes. So I thought the ending of the movie sort of sucked.
Yeah, the last 15 minutes.
It got ridiculous. It got
over
silly.
The top.
More than 15 minutes, wasn't it? I mean, I don't know.
So Demi Moore turns into like this witchy witch.
No, it's not Demi Moore. It's the Margaret Qualley one.
Oh, you're talking, yeah. Well, yeah. So she needed more activator. She was out of, and she had this big New Year's Eve gig she had to do.
Oh, yeah. And then they both were out. And then they're both out there and they start attacking each other. Mm-hmm. It's like almost like that time travel paradox where it's like, if you ran into your own version of yourself, you'd try to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's trying to kill her.
Really?
And they have this elaborate long fight, which lasts like 10 minutes.
Yes. Like 10 minutes. Like, holy cats.
Yeah. And then Margaret proceeds to reuse her restarting activator to try to get a new version of her.
Yeah.
And Sue fucks it up and and she turns into.
Yeah, it goes like comic book crazy. Like it's
and then it turns into like she walks out on stage and then turns into this oozing monster and there's blood shooting everywhere.
Like blood cannons. Like when it gets to be like blood hose.
Oh yeah, doesn't she at one point vomit up a boob that comes out of her mouth?
Yeah.
Like a boob comes out.
It was like an eyeball.
Yeah, like she's like a transporter accident. It was too much. It was too much. You could have ended it at the one point, but you went in for more. That last 13 minutes you don't even need. You could have just ended it at the fight when she smashes her head into the mirror. Could have been the end of it.
Yeah, that was probably the last point.
And have her collapse on stage.
It was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have done something else much quicker on the ending. Yeah, just had her at the thing. Just she starts bleeding from her nose and her ears and her eyes, and then flops.
And claps and dies, and then everyone goes, "Wow!"
And then they have an autopsy, and they go, "Still can't tell who she is. The person known only as Sue."
Yeah. It could have been an easier out, but instead, the writers or filmmakers wanted to turn this into goosely, ghastly, goo-goo hour, where it's all gore, blood, gore, blood. It was to the point where her and I looked at each other like, what are they doing here? What's going on?
Yeah, and it felt very, sort of schmaltzy,
Yeah, and the very last scene is the gooey body like it looks like a big pile of mush with Demi Moore's face on it, crawling on the sidewalk to her star on Hollywood Boulevard. It's like,
Which
God.
That's how the movie starts, is they show the people like putting together the star on the
Hollywood Boulevard.
Star on the Hollywood Walk
Yeah.
of Fame or whatever.
Yeah.
Now-
I was very let down by the ending. But building up to that, though, it had momentum. It had good
up
momentum.
to the point of the fight where her face is getting smashed into the mirror.
Yeah, that was over the top, too.
That's good. Okay, all right, do your hand signal thing. So
All right, we're back, and we're back to non-spoilers.
All right. So okay, yeah. So we're not going to talk specifically about the plot stuff at this point.
Okay.
But just generally speaking, I thought it was interesting up to a certain point.
Yeah.
I thought it looked good.
It looked good.
I
Demi
thought-
Moore is great, and Margaret's great.
Margaret Qualley's great.
Yeah.
The production design's great. Cinematography, the lighting, the angles, it's interesting. The whole thing's interesting and engaging. Like you're just sitting there going like, okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next?
But did it feel like an old Twilight Zone episode that kind of got out of control? Like a film school version of like, let's take an old freak show premise that they read in a freak show comic book and then make it into a extended artsy movie?
Yeah, I mean, I have seen things along this theme before.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's just sort of how it's done, but this one wasn't particularly digging into too much of anything. The whole substance itself, I'm sorry. Well, I guess I shouldn't get too much into, specific details or stuff.
Yeah, I guess they didn't really need to tell you what the substance was. I like
No,
I like the ambiguity of, okay, it's a substance. It's going to create an alternate egg of yourself, and though scientifically implausible, for the sake of the movie, we'll go along with it.
Okay, that's a good point. The scientific implausibility. This thing makes no sense scientifically.
Yeah,
Nothing
she came out
makes
of her
sense.
spine. Right?
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's like the ridiculousness with the needles and the injecting this and then this and that. At one point, they're shoving a needle in and then they show the stuff start going into the tube. It's like, that's air in there.
Yeah.
That's air in the IV tube. It's like going into the vein. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
It's like,
Even the girlfriend was just like, because she's a nurse, she was just like, all right, well, for the sake of the movie, let's just overlook the obvious.
Dude, every time I mentioned it, the girlfriend's like, it's not supposed to be real. She's like,
Yeah, we're just supposed to go along with it. Yeah, I was treating it like a Twilight Zone or a freak show episode.
yeah.
And like a short story, but then imagine like a bunch of art students and film students got their hands on the script from one of those and made their own version of it.
There was an experimental feel to it.
Yes.
That
Yes. So there's some adventurous shots and there's some adventurous things that worked.
Yeah, that looked good. They were interesting. It felt like every shot was deliberate. It wasn't like, oh, just give me a stock shot of a building and that'll be our establishing shot.
Yeah.
No, it was at a certain time of day that the sun was here and it was a certain angle that made things look, it's like, there's deliberate thought behind a lot of it.
Yes.
Now, which brings me to my next point is the budget. So I said to my girlfriend, this thing looks like it was shot on the cheap. Like they're being very creative. They're not getting, if you actually look at it,
They filmed most of it in that penthouse apartment.
Yeah.
So you got that shot. So
in
maybe if you got your hands on the penthouse apartment, like
In
somebody's...
the studio hallway.
Or at the studio, that's a given, a bathroom scene. Let's see, there's the theater scene.
Yeah.
And there's really not much. And then when she goes down the street to go to Bowie Street or whatever that was to get the serum.
They just made it
That's
flat.
just a warehouse.
They always just shot it straight on.
Yeah, so really there's no budget. Demi Moore's haul was probably the biggest part of the budget.
Maybe, not necessarily. A lot of times, bigger stars will do these smaller projects for maybe a cut of the profits. Because the budget on this, you want to guess what the budget was?
I'll call 18 million. No,
Wow.
32. I'll go 32 mil.
Nope. Your first thing out of your mouth was the right answer.
18.
It's actually 17.5.
Okay, all right.
17.5 million was the budget. Worldwide, it grossed 84 million.
Not a bad haul, not a bad take.
Making money.
Yeah. Especially after didn't she get some awards for this?
She definitely got Golden Globe nominations,
Yeah.
that sort of thing,
Yeah, like I said, Demi Moore does... like
Nobody's ever said she's a bad actress.
did we? Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember her just being there. I've never seen her great, and I've never seen her bad. I think she just always just did her job good. She's fine.
I think maybe in St. Elmo's Fire, I kind of didn't believe her. Maybe. But she's always been pretty solid in everything.
Yeah. But this one, she did extra good because I felt like she was playing the role. She knew the role. And like I said, doing it without very little dialogue. There's very little dialogue.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that, but now that you mention it, yeah, she really didn't do a whole lot of talking. It's a lot of sort of like
Grunting and yelling and
after they do the split. She's just sort of hanging out in the apartment, so it's just her like watching TV, and so you hear stuff on TV. That's the audio track.
Yeah. She's just kind of existing. Now, here's a pointless part. Here's another pointless, I don't want to call it spoiler. What about the friend, that Fred guy who gave her a number, and she calls Fred for the date?
Yeah.
She called him back, but then she no-showed on the date. And that's the last we ever heard of Fred. I thought maybe Fred was going to make an appearance.
I think that would have made for a more interesting sort of line, like a narrative line of what was happening,
Yeah, and I was thinking, like, before we get to that final ooze goose, if that wouldn't happen, if your theory would have happened, maybe she could have ran into Fred outside of the theater and lived happily ever after, a little rickety with him,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's like, I mean, at a certain point, I was kind of like, it was late. I was having trouble staying awake and stay focused on a certain part of the movie. I remember the whole thing with Fred, and when she called him, and she found his number, and she called him. Yeah, and then after that, I don't know that I noticed that she didn't go on the date. But you're right, the Fred thing was there, and then all of a sudden it wasn't.
Yeah, it was a date. She just no-showed for a date because she tried to put on makeup, and she's like, I'm looking ugly. I can't, no matter how much makeup she put on, she kept looking old. And she was second-guessing herself.
Okay. All right.
And next thing you know, she's got a bottle of wine open, and she's sitting in the dark with the makeup smeared.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That's it right there. That was the whole thing. It was very visual storytelling.
Yeah.
A lot of visual storytelling.
Yeah.
I mean, that right there, when you describe that, those three elements put together in a scene, tells the whole story.
Yeah.
In the dark, drinking the wine, smeared makeup.
Yeah. And just staring out the same window. And I think she was looking at the billboard that had the young girl's picture on the billboard.
Yeah.
Said, bump it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting movie. It's well done. It's very creative. It's very cinematic. It's definitely done on a budget. Definitely with an experimental sense to it. Mm-hmm. But the ending of it just gets a little nutty for my taste.
Yeah, over the top ending. Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need it. But I like I'll give the first 2/3 a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Then the back 1/3 I'll have to go to down.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's just
not my thing.
It's a sort of
as a writer, I wouldn't have done
silliness that sometimes I find takes me out of it. Like, first time I was watching that Kill Bill, and then, the stylized action scenes with the blood. Anytime you got a blood hose, it's a little
much. It's a little much.
Well, it's a little much in terms of, sure, you can look at it as a little much in terms of, like, blood, but it's also a little much in terms of, it's so, like, it's a hose shooting blood. It's like, okay, it's a gag. Like, it's a joke.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. But you're sort of, like, undercutting any serious tone that you've developed through this whole thing.
Right. Yeah. You're over the top, weird filmmaker nostalgia all of a sudden just devalued all that art house you made beforehand.
Yeah, you lose any gravitas that you built up with this whole thing. Because honestly, you get to the fight, and anyway, I don't want to spoil things, but that whole thing, it's very much like you're invested, and you're like, holy crap, what's going on?
Yeah,
right?
Wow. When they meet each other face to face,
like you're in on it. You're like, I got to see what happens. Like, you're in.
Yeah.
But then by the time you get to like the very end of it, I don't know, is this spoiler alert? It just starts to feel a little silly in some of over the top, exaggerated, cartoony sort of things that they do.
Yeah, it turned into like Fangora magazine's best blood sport.
It did. It did.
Like,
it really did.
Yeah, like they wanted to be the top 10 bloodiest endings
Yeah,
in Fangoria magazine, 1984.
They're just trying for gross out, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. Felt like a frustrated fist pounding against a wall. Really.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, first 2/3 though, and Demi Moore, and also too, if you're a big fan of Demi Moore, you do get to see a clean shot of her boobs early on. That's not a bad one, right?
Well, I also saw online that there was the question when you search the movie on Google, one of those fill-in questions will say, or one of those answers, or whatever, was like, did they use body prosthetics?
Oh,
They did.
I know they did for her. Yeah. Yeah, you
I
can
think for
kind
both
of.
of them.
Huh?
For both of them.
Oh, so those aren't really Demi Moore's boobs.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not.
Oh, well.
Same with Margaret Qualley.
Yeah, I know there was a Morgan Qualley's boobs. You can kind of tell because it's a little magnified in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, a little cartooned.
I'm not very familiar with her, so it's like,
But
whatever.
still fine. They do a
But
good
yeah,
job.
she's like this idealized version anyway, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. All right. So the substance. All right. I see. If you missed it, fine.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. It's definitely interesting. It's well done. It looks good. Like I said, at the ending, it's just going to go over the top, silly, crazy.
Yeah. Be prepared for an ending you won't like, but also be prepared. The first 2/3 are pretty cool.
It's fairly gripping the first time through, you know, because you have no idea what's going on or what it's going to lead to or what's coming next. So.
Yeah.
But it's also done in a sort of very low-key sort of way, you know, where it's sort of like a slow boil.
Yeah. So there it is.
Yeah. There you
The
go.
substance. Next week. We got any ideas for next week?
We got a million ideas for next week. You want me to look at the list real quick?
Make it quick.
All right. Let me see what we got here. Okay. So there was a movie that I recommended to you from this year.
Yeah, the ones where they're the 3 improv actors.
Deep Cover.
Deep Cover.
Bryce Dallas Howard is in it.
Right.
And
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom is in it. And the other dude, my girlfriend knew from something else.
Yeah,
that
he
she
looked
had watched.
familiar, but I don't. Yeah, British dude.
Yeah. So it's like a British production. It was very funny. It was sort of funny. If you like British stuff. If you don't like British stuff, it's probably not going to be funny to you. But if you
But
enjoy...
there's a comedic element in the improv actors because I think there are 3 improv actors that the CIA hires to do this gig for the CIA.
Actually, it was...
but they're like loser comedians.
yeah, it was either MI5 or it was just like a cop, like a
Yeah,
policeman.
yeah.
Yeah. So
There's
that's...
that. Deep Cover might happen. What else might happen?
Deep Cover was entertaining. You've never seen Hot Fuzz.
All right.
Hot Fuzz is one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
Yeah. Hot Fuzz is an entertaining movie.
And then we had talked about, but we have already burned it out on 2 podcasts already, was the Jurassic Park. So that stinks.
Yeah,
That's out of there. I'm not going to waste, we're not going to waste a Flicketty on Jurassic Park.
Oh, but we did talk about the latest version of the Conjuring movie.
Oh, the latest Conjuring. Oh, what a pile of steam.
Well, there you go. Let's talk about that for 2 minutes then. I haven't seen it. You saw it.
I
Now,
can't even, I don't
seen-
even want to go in it.
I have seen several of these movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you're a fan of the franchise, you're going to be like, Conjuring, okay, well, this is the nice little button on the Eleanor and what his name is, you know. What's the guy, family's name or the 2?
Oh my God, Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah. Yeah, Ed Warren and the Warrens. If you're a fan of the Warrens and the Annabelle thing, Annabelle does make an appearance in this, but this stinks. It's just a pacing thing. It's choppy. It moves up and down. It moves up and down. But I mean, the pacing is just stop and go, stop and go, stop
I
and go.
can't say I'm
stop and go.
excited to watch it, so I don't know that I actually would.
But if you like the franchise, you by the end
right.
you'll go, all right. I had another Ed and Lorraine meal. It was fine.
Yeah, but it's like I mean, I might have seen some of the offshoots. So there's the Conjuring, Conjuring, blah, 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 Conjuring, blah, 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 whatever. Then there was the Annabelle.
Yeah.
Then there was the Nun. And I think there were sequels to each of those.
Yeah.
And, So this is the last in the official series
Yeah,
line.
this one they're bringing in the daughter and the daughter's new husband, who are going to be the new Warrens.
He's the guy that controls the estate now.
Oh, in real life? Yeah, well, he plays a goofy ex-cop on this one. goofy ex-cop with a conscience. He's kind of a cuck, but he's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, the kid who plays him, he's an all right actor. He's just dealing with what he had to. I'm not going to burn on the guy for being a bad actor, because he's actually not a bad actor. He's just dealing with a shit script.
Yeah.
I want you to see it to see where I'm going wrong here. But my big gripe with that is the
All right.
pacing.
I'll watch it for fun on the side, but we're not going to do it on the review cast.
Okay.
All right. So I have not seen the Machine, the Burt Kreischer movie.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
I actually
That's
bought
fun.
it.
I mean, you know the Machine story, but you don't know
I didn't see the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually how I first got introduced to Burt Kreischer. Is out in Phoenix, I was listening to the morning show, Morning Sickness with John Holmberg, and Kreischer coming to town to do stand-up comedy. And so he goes in and he does the radio station, because Holmberg is the #1 morning DJ and the #1 station in the city. And so I used to listen to it every morning. So, and there's been a million times where, Holmberg's like, oh, we got this stand-up comedian coming in, or this comedian coming into town coming in, and, it's always interesting because he kind of gets to really know him. And he tells the Machine story.
Yeah, the Machine story, but this is an
live in the
exaggerated
studio.
version.
Yeah. I mean, I heard him on the radio like 2 years before the special came out.
Oh, yeah.
So it was shortly after he had started doing it.
Yeah,
as a
this
story.
movie is a little over the top, but it's done well. There's a lot of Easter eggs in there where he burns on Segura. There's a lot of Segura Easter eggs in there, which he keeps calling my fat friend Tom.
Yeah, you know what? I got to watch it. Like I said, I bought it just to support him, but I haven't seen it.
It's worthy.
Here's another one. An oldie from the late 90s. Heat.
Everyone talks about Heat. I don't think I've ever seen it. Is this a Denzel or something? Or
I've never seen it. No, this is the one with De Niro and Pacino.
Ooh.
And it's directed by Michael Mann.
Okay. It could go either way. But it's that late 80s, early 90s pacing.
It's like 97 or something like that. But it's sort of a crime movie. It's like Pacino's the cop, De Niro's the...
yeah, but is this a buddy cop thing, or is this more
No. They're
serious?
opposite sides of the thing.
Okay.
It's like a cat and mouse sort of thing where, one's the criminal overlord and the other one is the cop trying to catch him. And they sort of know each other or something like that. I don't know. But everybody says it's a super great movie. I've never seen it either.
All right, we're at 33 though, time-wise here. So.
Okay, but we were talking about other stuff to watch, so that's kind of
that's a good run. So one of those might happen unless something else dances on our lap and wiggles here.
Unless you wanted to watch The Roses, which is a sort of remake of The War of the Roses, which is actually based on a play. This one is starring Olivia Colman and Benedict Cumberbatch. I believe it's on Netflix. Me and the girlfriend just watched it the other night. It's entertaining. It's good. Once again, you don't know where it's going to go, so that keeps it interesting and keeps you engaged. Good characterization. You kind of want to see what's going to happen next with the characters without getting off track or too, over the top or, schmaltzy. Yeah. So The Roses was solid too. So if you want to watch that, I've already seen it, but I'll watch it a second time just for fun. And, we can do that one.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a potential list. So we'll see you next time on the Flicketty Review Cast, and you'll see which one we chose. So, all right.
A lot of fun stuff. Adios, amigos.